Okay, so let me show you where we ended yesterday with the documentation, and um, you know, okay, I gotta go to docs. Fuck. I want to change also in my bash config. I want to make it so that when I hit npm and go up, it will take me to the first npm call that I've made. So maybe I'll do that in a second. But here's what the docs look like. So we open up Heka. We're greeted with kind of this entrance. We've got the title. We've got this favicon logo, hero image. Took me a while, but I managed to get these two, getting started and what is Heka, turned into links. I think I'm going to change what they link to. So getting started will link to just getting started. And what is Heka is probably going to link to features down below. I am debating on either switching these H lines to spaces, so just separating out the sections a little bit more. I think it might look a little bit cleaner. I'm not totally convinced though. It doesn't look bad at the moment actually. So it took a while for me to figure out how. So I didn't know CSS. Don't know CSS. It took me a while to figure out how to get this spacing here. And eventually we ended up just setting it to the spacing of the nav bar. And if we click these, so they're just references to in-section sections. The thing that we were having trouble with was essentially figuring out the syntax. Online I saw in like an overflow post that these were supposed to have under lowercase. It was like everything was converted to lowercase, so they're supposed to have no capitals. But that turned out to be false. The other thing was that we had to use relative pathing, so we didn't just hit hashtag getting started. It was, we had to just include the backslash. I think that was it. So getting started links to getting started. Right now, what is Heka also links to getting started. And we should put that into features, I think. And maybe change the features to like about, not sure. Manuals, tutorials, how-to guides. These all look pretty good. Manual, I kind of want to, it's actually kind of fine, but I'm debating on the developer. I'm debating on switching the developer and putting it somewhere up here. So having like home, manual, tutorial, how-to guides for developers. But then it kind of starts looking a little bit cluttered. It looks nice with just these manual, tutorial, how-to guides. Maybe I'll add, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll add something down below about how to get involved with Heka. I kind of also want to change the getting started into having like the red brand color. I think that would look cool. It looks pretty nice right now, but I think it would look a little bit cooler if it was red. I don't know why. And yeah, then I want to kind of do some basic edits and start filling out again the manual itself. So once we get kind of all the CSS in a working condition, so let's see, what did we edit? We want to get the how-to guides so that there's actually a reference tree here. So how-to guides with just an introduction, markdown file, and then edit the file tree so that it includes all of these things. And then let's just make sure that this looks good. So we've got bold Q, join A. I just want to make sure that the law tech is all appropriately edited. Yep. Okay, so kind of want to edit this paragraph a little bit. Okay, and the getting started, I want to edit a little bit too, so it's a little bit more user friendly. I want to see. I was looking at something yesterday, so the lean documentation. All right, not the drug. The lean documentation is actually very clean. This looks really nice, right? Like, surprisingly so, for how the language itself looks, in some sense. Like, this is very clean. Fermat's last theorem. Novel approach to Rust verification. Unlike other verification approaches, it must reason about memory directly. Aeneas leverages Rust's rich type system to eliminate memory reasoning entirely from many Rust programs. That's interesting. Terry Tao's got some comments. Interesting. Brian Cook. Do I know any of these other people? Senior principal applied scientist. So, I think that this is like a very great, honestly, UI for getting into something which mixes programming and math. The install is like it's awful, but it's actually kind of good. So it's awful in the sense that like the only thing it tells you to do is download VS Code and then use the VS Code extension. But it's good because like honestly for someone that's just getting into it, that's such a clean way to do it. It's just unfortunate that yeah, it's either use VS Code and the VS Code extension, or make the programming language yourself from the source code and then execute a script every time you want to start a project. That's like what the two options are. The latter is not like awful. It would just be nice if there was like some integration with other things as well. Other IDEs. Okay. That's essentially it. That is a cute octopus. Now I'm just thinking, damn, they got a good looking website. Should we put an octopus somewhere? Probably not. Okay, I'm gonna go make some coffee, play some music in the background while we get going, and then when I come back, we'll just start essentially. So let me play some music. Okay, gonna go make some coffee. Okay. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Let's send this to a new workspace. What else? Kind of like having the browser in this tab. But reasonably, I think I could put it here. And then let's do... so that this one can call make docs, and then we'll go back. Okay, and then here we'll just do the actual editing. So one thing I wanted to check on was how does the current setup look compared to if we changed the H1 headings in home. So this is what I ended up putting for top padding on the dock. And I think the only thing that you need to include to make it H1 heading is just something like right here, like H1 heading. So this was found honestly through a lot of Gemini, but eventually I made eventually I made the jump. I got to the point where I understood that, like, okay, CSS is referencing a bunch of custom variables in some backend, I think. And you can actually inspect those custom variables by going just to the browser webpage, previewing the document, and seeing what you want to adjust by inspecting the elements. Yeah, that was a huge thing for me, but so I think we just do VP Home, VP Doc H1, something like that. Yeah. So we'll do VP Home, VP Doc, and then H1. And we're gonna do margin bottom. I don't know what this would end up being. Start with just 18 and see what happens. And so now I'll do Julia. Project is docs. Okay. And we'll check the changes, and I just didn't delete the I didn't delete the horizontal lines in this because I was lazy, but we're gonna imagine that they're not there when we do this change. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, and then what else did we say? We wanted to change one of the references to, instead of getting started, changing it to features. So this one. So now we need to I mean, we could change the features heading also to more like an about. Maybe even like using Heka. And what else? Citing it, acknowledgement, and then the last one that I was kind of interested in was contributing, and then putting a link to the manual developers page, just something like that. Okay, so spacing effectively didn't change, right? Usually when that was happening, I felt like it was genuinely because I fucked up something. So here's what I mean. We can go to the inspect. And now... This is HR, right? VP doc HR. That's horizontal rule, right? So this is the one where now there's a bottom margin of 18. You can actually see that, I guess. Like here. So I wish that we could... stay on one. We actually want the top margin, not the bottom. I guess you can see a little bit that there's some now space in between these things, but that's not what we want. So, build the whole thing again. And now, 18 really wasn't that big. I almost feel like I would have done, I should have done 24 or something here. So let's just put that as 24. And then maybe this will get built, you know, after, maybe it'll deploy later and that'll be displayed actually. Who knows? Okay, so features is going to be referenced. This is something that we could probably change pretty easily. So to use Heka, Julia version of 1.0 is necessary. I want to change that to, in order to use Heka, you got to install Julia essentially. And please see Julia Lang org downloads for instructions on how to obtain Julia for your system. Really what we should have there, I think, is something that says more like using Heka is easy. Just open a terminal, start a Julia REPL, type in using Heka. But and I think you have to do more than this, yeah. So we can get rid of the using Heka part, and then put it somewhere above. I think that we should, and also display like kind of what you'll get from running this using Heka doc. So let's see if we go in here. There's now some spacing above. You can see that. Let's close out of this and inspect. So there's a 24 top margin, so that's like the biggest one. We've gotten, actually, it's a little bit too big now with this. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So So I think I know what I want to do. So we're going to go into here. And I'm going to change this to just this variable. And then I'll delete the write that. And then we'll run this again. Okay. And now index. So getting started. What do you need to do? You need to install Julia. You need to add Heka as a package, and then you can just start using Heka. I think people would be kind of surprised though if they just started. Let's get rid of these H rules because I don't think we need them anymore. Getting started, features, citing, acknowledgement. Yeah, what order should these go in also? So in order, okay, so getting started, what do you got to do? Install Julia, install Heka, use Heka, run some code in the REPL. Or, you know, have some script where you can run it. I think that this is not actually bad because probably, I mean, this is kind of like how you would write it in a script that you would just load into the REPL or run from the command line. It's almost too much in these places, though, honestly. Okay, so we could do... Maybe if you get rid of... Maybe getting rid of the horizontal rule will make it look a little bit tighter. So we're not going to change anything yet, but we'll think about that we maybe want to get rid of like 6 pixels here, which I think maybe is just the horizontal rule distance. So I'm not going to change anything there yet. We're going to try out some of these different layouts, which we can't do. I'm going to tell you why you couldn't do that. Because we're a mobile screen, huh? That's not right. Okay. One thing that we did want to do was let's clear cookies and site data, refresh. A little bit different. Didn't I just have it so that I could use this? What changes? I guess when I go into a tiled mode, it goes into a mobile preview. Oh well. So brand color for the getting started. Let's see what that looks like. That was actually in the index itself, I think. And now let's see. Okay, so how would I phrase this? I kind of want to say heck is a Julia package. Yeah. So, Heka.jl is a software package for the Julia programming language. As such, you know, Heka is gonna at least you're gonna need Julia installed. To use Heka, Julia version of you'll need a version of Julia. You'll need Julia installed. The Heka.jl requires a version of Julia version, at least. Hey, bud.
Yeah.
I'm kind of debating switching these between Hecka.jl and Hecka also. Like, what's the name versus the software package in some sense? Also, should Julia be capitalized? Like, should Python be capitalized? What is Wikipedia? Right. Oh, it does. It has a capital S. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. What does this link look like, by the way? See this link, huh? It's probably fine. Wonder if you can get a command line interface. What does my command line interface for Julia look like? Just Julia, right? Okay. Once a suitable version of Julia is installed, users can open a Julia REPL. Typing Julia into the command line. Once a suitable version, users can open a Julia REPL and enter the following to add Heka.jl to their installation. Does that make sense? Once a suitable version of Julia is installed, users can open a Julia REPL, e.g. by typing Julia. What is code block? Code in VTpress. Code. Let's see. We're looking kind of for inline code. So I guess I can just do in a command line, in the command line, in the command line, in a terminal, in the command line, in a terminal, in an active terminal. What's the command line versus terminal? Okay, well, I'll often use interchangeably in casual conversation. Command line and terminal refer to distinct but related concepts of programming. Command line, or CLI, is a text-based interface where users interact with the computer system by typing commands and receiving textual output. Terminal, in its modern context, a terminal is a software application that provides an interface for interfacing with shell or other command line programs. It emulates The command line is the interface where you type commands. The terminal is the application that provides a window and environment for you to use that command line. Okay. In a command line. In an open command line. In the command line. In an active command line. Once a suitable version of Julia is installed, users can open a Julia REPL, e.g. by typing Julia in an active command line, find out in an open command line. Command line. The command line versus a command line. Typically refers to the overall interface or environment where commands are entered. A command line refers to a single, yeah. Open the command line. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. And enter the following commands to add Julia to their installation. Start a Julia REPL. Start the Julia REPL. Okay. Yeah, now, now to use Heka, just include using Heka. Yeah. After this is done, like once this is done, now for a user to use Heka, now in order to load Heka, in order to load Heka, this version of Julia is installed, users should start Julia REPL. You can simply write using Heka. You can enter this as a command using Heka. Yeah, to use Heka.jl and really simply include the using Heka.land command before for any of the Heka commands that you want to use. Yeah, to use Heka.jl and simply include the using Heka command. Yeah, to use Heka, just run the using Heka command. Yeah. Simply include the using Heka command at the beginning. Yeah, before any code snippets, I mean. Yeah, to use Heka.jl and Julia, simply include the using Heka. Yeah, after this, After this is done, users can now simply, yeah, maybe just users can now simply, after this is done, users, yeah, to use Heck and Julia, users can simply, yeah. Users can simply include the using command. After this is done, to use Hecka and Julia, yeah, after this is done, yeah, afterwards, afterwards, to use Hecka and Julia, users can simply include the using Hecka command before, at the beginning, at the start of any. The beginning. Yeah, afterwards, in order to use Hecka, in order to bring all the fucking, this is music. In order to bring in all of the names. Yeah, after this is done. Yeah, once this is done. Once this is done, to use Hecka.jl and Julia, users include the using command at the beginning of any computation. I don't know. At the beginning of any use case. I don't know. Yeah, users can once this is done, users can call Julia functions, Hecka functions. Yeah, once this is done, users can implement any of the functions from Hecka, any of the Hecka functionality. Users can call any Hecka functionality. Simply by including Hecka, using Hecka before any at the beginning of any session. Once this is done, you can use any Hecka. Don't like that. Afterwards, to use Hecka.jl and Julia, you should simply include the using Hecka command at the beginning of any. Session. Kind of want to so if I do using Hecka, what do I get? This crap, right? Should I just see if that will make it in there? Yeah, here's an example. Here's a quick example. Here's a quick example of using Hecka to define Hecka.jl. To define and compute its class group. What does that look like down here? Let's try that, I guess. There's no guarantee that that will do anything that we want it to. It's not clear what actually the Julia will do for us. So it's not clear if this is going to error or not. Ooh. Okay. So what do we want? We still need to edit the manual, like table of contents. So let's do that. Where do we do that? I think documentation is probably better than manual. I think. What does manual mean? Relating to or done with the hands. A book of instructions, especially for operating a machine or learning a subject. A handbook. Documentation versus manual. Documentation is a broad, overarching term that refers to all official information and records about a product or process, serving as a single source of truth for knowledge and understanding. A manual is a specific type of documentation, a detailed document designed to instruct a user on how to perform a specific task or use a particular product. Okay, getting started. We now go down, and what do we see? We see my cat scratching at me. Hey. We should change the version 0.37.4 dev, right? So Heka.jl is a software package for the Julia programming language. Currently, Heka.jl requires that Julia version 1.0 is installed. The latest stable version of Julia will do. C. Julia laying downloads for instructions on how to install Julia for your system. Once a suitable version of Julia is installed, users can start a Julia REPL, e.g. by typing Julia in the command line and entering the following commands to add, A user can start a Julia REPL, e.g. by typing in the command line, and enter the following commands to add, users can start a Julia REPL, and then enter the following command lines to add Julia. Maybe I should type that, and then, so, and then enter. Enter the following commands to add Heka.jl to installation. What is the actual Heka version number right now? So latest stable version is 37.6. Then Afterwards versus afterward. Okay, afterwards, the use hacker.jl and Julia. Users can simply include the using hacker command at the beginning of any session. Julia, using hacker. Here's a quick example of using hacker.jl to define a number field and compute its class group. Okay. What's it look like? What happens if we are in a smaller browser? It just closes. Okay. That looks good. Heka currently provides functionality to enable a number of computations in number theory and commutative algebra. Some of the features implemented by Heka include citing Heka, acknowledgement, and then do we just add contributing to Heka? I think so. Citing Heka. Contributing to Heka. For users that want to, yeah, Heka is an open source. An open source software package for users that would like to contribute to Heka, the development of Heka.jl. Please see the developer documentation. And then we need a reference in the manual. And what is our reference? It's manual, and then developer, I guess. Yeah, we should have an index for that. I think that these should be separated a little bit. So let's go to config and back at this. We've got sidebar, manual, text, manual, items. I have to think about, well, I mean, I have to kind of figure out how the key value system works here. So text, link, text, fields collapsed, true, items, blah. collapsed. True. Well, let's get this out of here. I think there's a way to do this. Is it like... I imagine that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. Match, race, and Neovo. It's just percent, huh? Okay. So items, text follows just like this. It's like a bracket of text. So this was items. That means that this is that. Developers. Collapse is going to be true. Text menu. Collapse true. Items. Text. Introduction link manual. For developers. Collapsed items. Collapse true items. Introduction. Text. Introduction. Link. Manual developer. Okay, we're gonna ask just if that's like obviously false, or obviously wrong. Under quadratic forms, there's double braces. There are double braces. Huh. That's interesting. Which one was that? Introduction and Basics. Huh. Figures it out, but let's delete these. Oh. I didn't realize that was there. Okay. And then let's right quit that. Yeah. And I forgot to change the index. That's what it was asking me. There's something else though, which was that developer should go here, and that means that I should add something like index.md, and we'll just copy this. Developers. For developers, this is the name. And then here, we've got manual developer. Write that. And just go back to here. We're going to change just some of the names, I think. So manual, cool. Introduction, number fields, introduction, conventions, number field, operations, elements, complex embeddings, class field theory, internals, orders and number fields, introduction, basics, elements, ideals, fractional ideals, quadratic forms, introduction, basic lattices, integer lattices, generic for Hermitian lattices, generic for integer lattices, discriminant groups, algebras. So I want to change this to associative algebras. Introduction, basics, structure, constant algebras, group algebras, quaternion algebras, ideals. In algebras? Is that what the documentation is right now? There's nothing. So, yeah, we'll put ideals in algebras. Elliptic curves, introduction, billion groups, miscellaneous text for developers. Good. Tutorial, how-to guides. Tutorials. This is the one that we wanted to change. So started. It actually closes with the comma, so it's kind of crazy. Okay. The white space here is actually atrocious. And then actually don't want this one to be collapsed. And then what are these? So we got reduction of polynomials. We want an introduction, which links to the first thing. So just items, introduction, manual link. How-to guides. Just gonna be how-to. And then, all right, what are the ones we've got? So compute an order of a number field. And that's in define order. Got decompose. Prime in the ring of integers. Ring of integers. This is a decompose. We've got test if an ideal is principal. I think this is just pip. And then construct a residue field. This is in res field. And the last one is reduce polynomial. Okay. I think this might be where we like push and then try to get it pulled in. And then smaller changes will happen. I mean, like, there's still a lot to do in the documentation, right? But we'll play through, we're going to play through the, we're going to open up the website. We're going to kind of go through it and explore. See what, like, really is critical. And then, if there's, like, nothing that's, like, eminent, then we'll just push. Error. I know where that error is. We've been through this. So when we go here, the problem is that we are citing manual developer. So I think that just got to put a dot there. Let me see if that's good. That should be good. And then we can delete the citing. I don't think I changed anything between that and this, right? If your research depends on computations done with Heckup, please consider giving us formal citation. If your research depends on computations done with Heckup, please consider giving us formal citation. And then how to, I think I'll delete that. And citing, I think I'll delete that. Examples is kind of interesting. I don't want to delete that too. References as no place now, actually, is what I just remembered. That needs to go in there somewhere. I'll probably put it in. Okay, I think I know where to put references in. Yeah. Okay, we're confused by that. Should I just add index? We need to look at VitePress, I think, for this one. Yeah. There's a relative path. You need to include index, index, like manual index. Ooh. Oh, I could probably compare with the relative paths for like the introduction, right? We got intro, introduction. I think that this should be a dot, which is crazy to me. I don't know where it references from. But we need to go to document or VitePress, or just VitePress to figure that out, I think. Documents or VitePress. What am I looking for? Okay, so file-based routing. VitaPress uses file-based routing, which means the generated HTML pages are mapped from the directory structure of the source markdown files. For example, given the following directory structure, guide, getting started MD, index, prologue, dot, generate HTML pages will be index, prologue, guide, index, HTML. Project root is where VitaPress will try to look for .vitapress special directory. Source directory is where your markdown files live. By default, is the same as product root, however you configure it. The routing source, the HTML mapping, index HTML, index.html, accessible as slash started, links between pages. You use both absolute and relative paths when linking between pages. Note that although these extensions will work, the best practice is to omit them. It's not clear to me why I need the dot here, but I'm almost positive this will work. So let's just try running it, and then we'll try figuring this out. Because I see that they have like, let me show you. So here's the file-based routing system. We've got dot, and then branching into dot, we've got another directory guide, and we have index and prologue. From guide, we have getting started and index, and when they call guide index below, they have .guide getting started instead of dot getting started. So this one doesn't necessarily make sense to me, except if I was thinking about it in the sense that, like, so if I was in index, I had to do dot to get into this directory. And then I called guide, and then I called index. That might be it. But like, I wouldn't really think that I'm... It's just a matter of thinking about the file as being something that you're inside of, I guess. I don't know. No, that didn't work. Fuck. Okay, great. I think that sometimes Gemini's just gonna fuck me. Like this is a waste of compute, I feel like. Yeah. All right. Maybe it's this exclamation point. What was this? It was manual developer. And what is the exclamation point for? Is that just an image? Yeah. Hey, Cha-Cha. I'm just gonna copy the error that I get this time. See what happens there. I think it's definitely something to do with Okay, let's go to um okay, so where is everything? Okay, yeah, then we're gonna go to flux.jl, check the docs here, and we're looking for cross references. So something like, honestly, just this, right? Man, yeah. So let's go to their GitHub and check the features. Just a link straight up, introduction. It just is because I'm adding this side thing. So when we click, so this goes to introduction, manual compiling Wix models. Is it so? None of them are referencing to. Guide goes to getting started. So here's the question. We have this right now, manual developer. And up here I saw, the reason why I wrote that was because I saw just like introduction links to manual tutorials, how to. Maybe this is the problem. So maybe we rename this introduction or something. just interrupt MD. Then I mean, this is probably fine too, honestly. All right. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna change our bash. Change so that up completes command. Hold up. Wait a second. Before I do anything stupid. Okay. Still errored, huh? Doesn't exist in index. That makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't exist in index. So I think there's just a setting that I can change in here, but let's try to. God, like most of the time, honestly, I'm just doing this. It's like spending like 99. It's 99% of the time. 90% of the time is spent on like 10% of the things that are changed, and then 10% of the time is spent on 90% of things that are changed. Okay, so the error said that it's not found in index, and I believe that. Yeah, the confusing thing is that this didn't have a problem. I mean, that Lux didn't have a problem with this, right? I mean, here's the index. The feature does relative paths. Okay, maybe there's a. Maybe there's another. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so this one is let's see, manual interface, and then migrate from Flux. So we're on manual Flux interface. Manual. So. There is some at shit. At ref. Okay. Let's see. So in the interface, there's one called checkout. Checking out. Checking out the at ref, migrate from Flux. Okay. don't know what the ref is. Searching page, searching this whole thing. Okay, let's try that. By doing something like this. I hate that though. It means that you can't cross-reference anything that doesn't have a unique name or something like that. It's not clear that this will work either, right? Maybe the Lux documentation's a bad example, just because it's like too close to the Julia team in some sense. So let's try the AMD GPU. Let's see if there's anything that cross-references like this, or really we want something local, right? this, I guess. Asynchronous kernels. On quick start. Oh, they're also using that ref. Okay, does that work? It didn't work. But now this is because of this, which is no longer even. It's no longer even there, right? Oh, that just took forever. Holy shit.
Crazy how time flies when I wonder if the path is in the right direction. But I do believe things come to light by accident when it remains on. Sounds like it's meant to be.
Wake up, mistakes made when things fall apart. Read up, what matters at the end is how you left them all. Read up, fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we did first step. No one's sure what lies beneath before and breath. Colors may be rough and tough, but we will meet somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, all about the destination, not over us. No matter how far.
I was listening to an soundtrack. We must have gone through all of it, but I really wanted to listen to like OG Persona, not just like the Royale version. This actually ended up working. But gave me nothing, so we close this and run that again. Okay, what's it look like? Hacker.jl. I just thought actually it'd be kind of cool to have a little bit of a gradient here. Kind of like a purpley red going into like a lighter red. Flashbang. Yeah, okay. So getting started, manual, view on GitHub. Hacker.jl. Click the link, goes down. Click the link, goes to manual. Click the link, goes to GitHub. Manual kind of tripped me out there actually. Getting started. We've got this. Actually, is that what happens when you type in Heka into Julia? Yeah, it is. It just this loads and then you get another prompt. I wonder if I should add that. Yeah, I'm gonna add that. So we'll go down to here and just do a little Julia. Well, and then change this. I got a space. Got a space here too. Then how many lines? One in each case. So delete. Oh, this is a line. Okay. And then that's just the line space sizing. This is what shit looks like. Features, citing Heka. Contributing to Heka looks really bland. But if we click the 4 developers, it does go to the 4 developers. That's actually pretty good. Manual is not collapsed. And I kind of wanted it to be, but this looks pretty nice actually. So So it's really just a choice of whether or not this should all be seen. Just see manual and 4 developers. So just see manual and 4 developers. Click manual. That takes you to the introduction. You see all this stuff. Just realized something. Just gonna bug me. This looks good. And this is got some. So. Hey, babe. Ruby. Okay. Let's hope this is it. Oh, it doesn't say anything. Okay, wait. That looks okay. Now we can collapse the manual and collapse this. That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay. How's this look? How's this look? We just have contributing to Heka looks kind of bland. There should be some explanation here. Heka is an open source software package. Like, what does that mean for Heka? I guess that would be in the licensing, right? So... under the BSD2 clause, the software is provided by the copyright holders and contributors as is. And any express or implied warranties, including but not limited to the implied warranties of merchantability, fine, and fitness for a particular purpose are disclaimed. In no event shall the copyright holder or contributors be liable for any direct or indirect damages. The following components included in Heka have their own licenses. Redistribution of source code must retain the above copyright notice. Redistribution in binary form must reproduce the above copyright notice. This list of conditions and the following disclaimer in the documentation. Go back. Redistribution and use in source and binary forms with or without modification are permitted, provided the following conditions are met. Yeah, well, okay. I'm a little bit more on the copy left side of the license ideology. So like, if you make free software, then I kind of think that like any reproduction of that software should also be free. As opposed to like people profiting off of your software. That would be fucking super annoying. Just saying. But what happens if you copy this? Paste. Get a bunch of crap. Oh, we should say for more. Yeah, so for more, check out the how-to guides. Yeah. Should say for more. Yeah, should say for yeah, other examples other examples using HekaJL can be found in the how-to guides, and then for users wanting to learn usage, check out the tutorials, I guess, right? Okay, that's like the last thing that I'm gonna do. I think. So a few other examples. Yeah, more examples. Yep. More examples can be found in the how-to guide section. So don't need that. Would like this though. More examples that use Heka. More examples on usage of Heka. More examples of usage of Heka's usage. Yeah, other examples provided. Yeah, other examples of Heka's usage we found in the how-to guide section of this documentation. This website more in depth or more in-depth resources. Check out yeah, see the tutorials. For more in-depth resources, see the tutorials. For guided walkthroughs, see either tutorials for guided guided walkthroughs, or the manual for a complete list. Of implemented functionality. Heka currently, some of the features implemented by Heka. What? I feel like there's somewhere else where I say for a complete list, see the manual. Other examples of Heka's usage can be found in the how-to guide. For more in-depth resources, see the tutorial section for guided walkthroughs or the manual. For more in-depth resources, see the tutorial section. Yeah. Other examples of Heka's usage can be found in. Let's undo. More in-depth. Yeah, just maybe more in-depth resources are provided by the. In-depth resources are provided by tutorials, which give index, which provide more in-depth resources provided by our tutorials, which are guided walkthroughs. Echoes. For using Heka. And more in-depth resources provided by are provided. More in-depth resources are provided by our tutorials, which are guided walkthroughs. Which are guided walkthroughs using Heka. Guided walkthroughs. Guided tours, which are guided walkthroughs using Heka. Which are guided walkthroughs of using Heka. To using Heka. And by the manual, which provides, which gives a complete list of Heka's implemented. And then we got features. Heka currently provides functionality. Organization number, some of the features implemented by Heka. Blah blah blah. See the manual for a complete list. See the manual. Complete list of implemented functionality. Yeah, I don't like having it boom, boom, boom like that. Heka is an open source software package licensed. How the fuck is it licensed? License. Licensed under the permissive BSD2 simplified, yeah, license under the BSD2 under the permissive BSD under the BSD2 simplified license. Quote. And I also want to go to actually see this and then go to license BSD2 clause simplified license. BSD2 clause simplified license. For users that would like to it really means that it can be used by anyone. Contributions to Heka are welcome, maybe. I don't know. God, this one's free as in freedom, and this one's actually not free as in freedom. This one's free as in free beer. It is free as in beer, not as in freedom. That's with copyright held by contributors to Heka. With copyright held by contributors to Heka. Heka's. Is this? Where were we? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. 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 We're good. We're good. We're good. Is that it? Let's try building one more time. Yeah, this is it, I think. So close out of this. Okay, then we're gonna do before and after comparison. Refresh. Oh, too early. Okay, copy link. Not setting it as default yet, although I think I might soon. Okay, Heka.jl, computational number 3 for everyone. We got links to Oscar. We got links to features. We've got Heka.jl is a software package for the Julia programming language. Currently, Heka.jl requires a Julia version, that a Julia version. Release 1.0 is installed. The latest stable Julia version will do. See julialang.org for instructions on how to install Julia for your system. Once the stable afterwards, to use Heka.jl and Julia, users can simply include the using Heka command at the beginning of any session. Here's a quick example of using Heka.jl to define a number field and compute its class group, blah, blah, blah. Other examples of Heka's usage can be found in the how-to guides section of the website. That was not where I thought it was going to go. That was a surprise. Thought that it would go here. I think I might know why that's happening though. More in-depth resources provided by our tutorials. This one went to the right spot. Which are guided walkthroughs using Heka and by the manual. There's a complete list of Heka's implemented functionality. Heka currently provides functionality to enable a number of computations in number theory and commutative algebra. Some of the features implemented by Heka include number fields, orders, number fields, class, and unit group computations of orders, lattice of enumeration, sparse linear algebra, class field theory, ability groups, associative algebras, ideals, and orders, and number. Associative algebra. See the manual for complete list of implemented functionality. Citing Heka. The research depends on computations. Some Heka, please consider giving us a full citation. And then contributing to Heka. Heka is an open source software project licensed under the permissive BSD2 clause simplified license. Copyright is held by Heka's contributors. For users that would like to contribute to the development of Heka.jl, please see the for developer section of the manual. Acknowledgement. Heka is part of the Oscar project, and the development is supported by Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft. DFG within the Collaborative Research Center, TRR. Okay. And then light theme. I should say that before I click it in the future, but yeah. Light theme sucks. Okay. Yeah. And then, so let's change to phone. Some errors still. Let's close this. Alright, so this is on a Galaxy Note, which is a fucking huge phone. Yeah, I think that looks good. Manual. So the only thing is just changing that link. I don't know when I got inside that. So I guess the reason for this was something from here. Just how to. Okay, we could try this. We'll go to... Maybe it's because of this. Let's delete that. Let's go here. And try seems kind of stupid. Why? Let's see if this actually creates an anchor label.
Try to run it through. Hold on, think again. Don't you know what you're starting? But you sure we got the clue how bad this we go. Don't you know? No more art. And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. Think you got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah.
It's the same stupid place.
Step into stand out. It's a trap, one more step, and you're dead. Why
Yeah.
just a bit a second ago with the skies, but now lightning's like your last
And now we've got a stupid label here. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
seed and that no one hears. Rise at your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always so fast, so fine. You're spanning
Could try this. Afraid that's not going to work though. Let's try that. Okay, didn't build. So the next thing that we can try is this, which I kind of like the idea of. Seems kind of lit. By lit, I mean legitimate. God damn, though, most of this has just been effort in trying to make just a few things happen. And the worst thing is that, like, I don't know how I would have predicted using some of these things. So whoa. Oh yeah, we already have some of these launched. Hey, this one actually built. It's pretty cool. Take me home. Close this. That. Close that. Open up Firefox. Maybe we just try how to. Instead of guides, maybe we should try changing something here too. I kind of. Nah, that's fine. So instead of building a reference to how-to guides, what if we built a reference to just how-to? Write that. And then we try to find the reference in Makey. Source index and go to code, see if they have any ref. Oh, they just hardwire it. Oh no, this is that's an external link. Okay. Can I resolve ref from MD? How to guides at ref. How to. No doc string found a doc for binding main dot how to. Utils.utils. So maybe if I go to utils.utils, huh? Garbage. I don't need this anymore. This will do it. Annoyingly. Okay, actually, in the meantime, you know what I could be doing? I could be looking at all the other things that I changed to see what I should try to get rid of in this request. Okay. Reload this. Also have to clear cookies. Just reopen a Firefox browser. That's no good. Why would it do that? And now it will go to how-to guides. Great. Looks better anyways. We should make this collapsible though, I guess. Okay, we're gonna stop there. And I didn't check that is how you do that, but okay. I think there's small things that I want to change. So like super small changes. We don't need to remake it for these changes. Fucking relative paths work in this case. Oh, you know why the relative paths work? Because we were adding the index. My god. That's what we should do, honestly. Like index.md. Even though that's deprecated. Whatever. It works at the moment. Momentarily tired of making this shit different. So There's some things that we need to verify. Okay, so let's go to GitHub and look at all the files that I had changed from last time, see if we can just like delete anything. I think we can delete examples. Like there's no, oh, we didn't put references in. We can delete citing. Yeah, we can delete examples. I don't think there's any reason for those two. And then let's see. Where do we put references? Oh god, that was gonna be in a new. That was gonna be up in like here. We could put it in the manual for developers and then references. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna move this to manual. And then we're going to go here and put in underneath for developers section a little section. God, I think this should just be like a 1-2 length. I feel like I wonder if I have to move the bib into the manual. I guess we'll see. It worked. Okay. We'll try moving it after this and then rendering it again. Just to see if that will happen. Process home, Mac controller artifacts. Lobby press. Fail to load config. Julia documents config. Build error. Okay. Gives me the extra time to say move this to manual. And then just figure out if figure out what the hell the syntax error is in here. No lie, it is amazing that AI can, I mean, okay, I actually don't know if it's amazing. I wonder if a local model could do this. I mean, I want to say that it's amazing that like error correction can happen so efficiently well with AI, in the sense of like it's a stupid syntax error and it would have taken me a lot longer to find that, you know. Yeah, it's a little bit, I mean, it is interesting because syntactically the machine figured out that there's an error in this spot when it tries to load the keyword like link tutorials blah 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 blah. But it's all a bunch of nonsense after that because I forgot the colon. I mean, it really does feel like, yeah, maybe a debugger would, maybe there's ways to do this more efficiently. Okay, so moving the bib file actually didn't work. Okay. Okay, great. Great. Links are good. Links are good. Just missing some information in there. That's it though. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Alrighty. Yeah. There's some things that need to be here, for example, yeah. Number fields link. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, it's in the references. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that looks so good. Okay. Alright. I'm cool with that for the moment. So we're going to close this, exit out of both of these, go up, quit this, and now we're going to try to see if we can get rid of the built-in Jupyter notebooks. I think I just delete the IP, Y, and B there, but let's check on this might actually break the pipeline. I'm just looking at so this was the last PR that we built, and we had some things created. So we're trying to find exactly where. So this was created. Tutorials build quaternion.jl. Yeah, the markdown was not there, huh? Okay, Tommy says that there's a pipeline for making these, so man, where the fuck would that be? So we're gonna look for so this is the pipeline, right? Function edit header content. This file is also available as a Jupyter notebook and a Julia file. Content equals replace header with string, clear headers, content header, blah, static tutorial list. Static tutorial list. Quaternion goes to quaternion algebras. Remove using Heka content. Ooh. Okay. Well, I'll push what I have, and I'll just I'm not gonna worry about it. That's essentially what I'm thinking. Reverted back to documenter vtpress.jl, updated logo, image, favicon, updated document structure for vtpress UI. Deleted, yeah, moved, getting started. To homepage. Added, contributing to Heka. Things like this. There's a lot of shit there. Okay, and now we gotta enter in a password, so unless we can do a val. How do we start SSH? SSH agent and SSH add. What do these do? Okay, I think that's good. Git push origin. Fuck, I thought I set up SSH for this. Maybe it's just not activated. Wait, maybe it's because git push with SSH. There's probably no... that's not what I wanted. All right. My repos. "19 commits behind." Okay, we gotta pull and update. Let me try to see though. SSH. This is what I want. And then all we have to do is set. Get remote set URL origin. Okay. What am I doing? Git branch, git switch, master, git fetch, upstream. Is it fetch then merge? Honestly, that AI overview. Get fetch, get merge. Already up to date, huh? Let's see. When did I just, I think that I didn't update at all. These are up, this is updating, so yeah. Hold up. 19 commits behind. I thought that I, god damn it. Maybe it's rebase. We're learning, fuck it. We have to figure it out though, is what I would want to do. We should see updates here as of 10 minutes ago. That's a bunch of commits. How do we... How do we merge these though? Sync fork. Okay, we did. We did this. Okay, so I think I should have rebased. Oh, so I should have done get merge upstream like this.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without the clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter. Outpost masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be?
I think the answer is no on this one. I think that I have to manually do something. Yeah, okay.
moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass.
5 commits ahead.
Reflecting that's a truth. It's telling what's not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a sharpshooter. I push my
Okay, that's some.
heart in both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me. Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it
Is there a way to
always
collapse? Can't you like get squash or something?
how the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
Okay, I gotta. Actually, gotta go through and look at this. So, ugh. Okay, this is accidental, right? Files changed. Examples got deleted. But which one was the one? Source map automorphisms. Okay. And now, this is still like this? Fuck. God, I don't feel like. Okay, well, whatever. I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm gonna stop the stream, and then go grab some lunch. It's getting kind of late. Okay.